Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. It's another one of your favorite org charts. And I know you guys love these because I sent them in my newsletter recently and you guys went kind of nuts over these. So this one's a little bit more complicated. It's about gummy smiles, and a lot of you are kind of like freaking out about gummy smiles, especially in kids and teens. And I'm like, dude, that is not a gummy smile. That's normal. So I just wanted to kind of take you through kind of my brain map. Is this a gummy smile? Is this not a gummy smile? Is this a problem? Do we need to treat this? Is this normal? Because a lot of you guys are just going nuts and intruding incisors, and you shouldn't in these kids, and they're going to end up with a terrible smile line as adults. You guys are botching them. Don't mess with these unless they need to be messed with, is what I'm getting with. So let me take you through my 6 points and kind of how I'm thinking, okay? Number one, there's a lot of things that go into a smile, we just want to say, and we're going to take apart points you maybe hadn't thought of. A gummy smile, a true gummy smile, you have to treat the source of the gummy smile, and not all gummy smiles can be fixed with intrusion, is what we're getting at. It's going to look terrible. So first one, measure the incisor gingival display clinically with either a millimeter ruler, an intraoral one that you can sterilize, or a perio probe with a wide smile. So here's the main thing, and if you don't know what a wide smile is, go into my YouTube channel. Instead of reinventing the wheel, I'm going to keep this video pretty high level. I'm going to assume you've watched my other videos because I'm going to reference certain things. So if you haven't watched my other videos and you landed on this first, you're going to want to take some pauses, open up a few other tabs, and look at a few other videos. Okay, so go to the keyword wide smile within my YouTube channel. Watch all the videos I have on wide smile. Wide smile is huge in Invisalign, and you'll learn why. Okay, this is basically according to the research I've done and the way I was trained, and there might be other opinions out there. So again, anything you want to know, put in gummy smile, comma, deep bite, comma, scholar. All you gotta do is put comma, scholar, and you're gonna get all the literature that's written on those keywords. You can read your own literature, okay? But I think this is pretty much right. I've double checked everything, and this is the way I was trained. So if it's slightly off from what you have, there's probably different literature that says it, okay? But this is the most common answer. So I know you guys are gonna be fighting me back on all this, but I can pretty much back up everything I said here. Females should show more gums than males. That's just how it is. Males show more lower teeth, females show more upper teeth. It's very weird. Like if I see a female on the news, or like someone with their right up in their face, they're interviewing somebody and I only see lower teeth, I'm like, what is wrong with this person? This is just weird. It doesn't look right, okay? I'm sorry. And I know we got binary people in it, but I don't know. This is getting confusing. So I said 2 to 3 millimeters in females, 2 or less in males. And talking about adults, kids should be showing quite a lot of gum. It's normal for them to show 3-4 millimeters of gums, okay? So if it's more than that, I would kind of call that a gummy smile for those ages, okay? Which is still not a huge deal, okay? So let's say they have a gummy smile. Oh no, let's see what kind. Okay, next thing you're gonna do is take a cephalometric x-ray or a full face CBCT, get numbers, look for signs of deep bite. Most common cause of the gummy smile, deep bite, okay? So if you don't know how to read cephs, we have a lot of content on reading cephs, again, in our YouTube channel. And I do refer out to a couple of orthodontists who will do a literature dive on that. If you want that, I'm not interested in teaching you a literature dive on cephs. So if you can't figure it out from the regular books that are there, certainly if we have a case that we're working on together, we'll go through the numbers. But I'm not a ceph trainer, so not my thing. But I got 2 orthodontists that will help you with that. There's a few people who have been interested in that. Okay, so find out if it's a deep bite, like deep bite issue. Which is just a little over eruption. Not a big deal. We can fix that, right? Okay, next. Not all gummy smiles are caused by deep bites. So if there's no deep bite, we've done the measurements in the ceph. Do you think maybe it could be a funky lip? We call that a hypermobile lip, this is actually a great example of a hypermobile lip here. You could just see how usually when you smile, a lip has kind of a curve to it. This is like really flat and canted. That's a hypermobile lip. Who the heck cares if you have a hypermobile lip? I have a hypermobile lip. If you look at some of my photos, you're going to see a very gummy smile. I do not have VME. I do not have a deep bite. It's been corrected. It's just a hypermobile lip, and I don't really care. It don't bother me. That's only when I'm super happy. That's like a real happy smile. I can do a normal smile if I need to. But yes, for a hypermobile lip, you can give lip Botox. I don't know why someone would want to do that, but if it bothers you, go for it. Okay, that sounds kind of expensive to me every few months. But it shouldn't elevate more than 27% from rest to smile. I don't know. That's an arbitrary number that was in some literature. And to be honest, I don't even know how you'd measure that. But this is definitely a hypermobile lip. So mobile lips, you're not going to treat them with orthodontics for gummy smile because it's not an orthodontic problem. It is a lip elevator problem, which is, I don't know which orthodontic. I mean, lots of dentists will treat that if they know what they're doing. Okay, next thing could be mouth breathing. Did you know that? Or an OMT issue. So if you're not hypermobile lip and you're not deep bite, but you do have a gummy smile, well then look for mouth breathing. And OMT can help you evaluate mouth breathing if you don't know how to do it. We also have virtual OMTs that we work with in this industry. I have 2 that I work with regularly. Super happy to send you a referral if you want to learn more about that. Or you can bring OMT into your own practice. All right, next thing could just be the size and the shape of the teeth. Some people have a lot of wear, attrition, and they just have really stumpy clinical crowns. And some people just genetically have fat and stumpy clinical crowns. And if you have genetically, just like people out there that are short and plump, that's just short and stocky. And there's people that are long and lean. Teeth can be short and stocky and long and lean. We're all a little bit different. They're not all meant to look like chiclets, okay? I know everybody likes to make their veneers look like chiclets, but no. Teeth are all different shapes and sizes, and if you have the plumping little ones, especially if you wear them down, well, it's going to look like you have a gummy smile because it's just literally, something's got to be there. So if it's not teeth, it's gums, okay? So if you don't like that, again, go to a periodontist, get that evaluated. It's not that hard for me to tell if this is what the issue is. You can look at the photos. If they're fat and they're short or they're worn, they don't have to be worn to be fat and short, then it's more of a perio issue. And it's not that you have periodontal disease, it's just that you probably would need some crown lengthening or gingivectomy and then some veneers to lengthen your teeth. Not a big deal. Go to a periodontist, talk to them. Again, not an ortho problem. Go to a periodontist. So this periodontist, this OMT, this hypermobile lip, I don't know, oral surgery periodontist, this orthodontist, okay? So we got all different things here whose issue it is, okay? So check that out. A lot of times this is just normal morphology. Now, if you go through all these and it's none of those, okay, then could be syndromic, could be genetic, could just be the way the patient grew. If the patient is actively growing in as a kid, well, then I would definitely try to figure that out ASAP because we'd like to try to fix that if possible with orthodontics. If they're already done growing, take a CBCT, get it read, see if they have VME, vertical maxillary excess. You can put that word in, VME, as a keyword into my YouTube channel and video will come up. So usually jaw surgery is needed. I know sometimes they'll do TADs and braces. I haven't found that work too well. That's more of a jaw, you have to I've actually seen this surgery in the operating room because I had a patient that was a 2-jaw surgery. It was a class 3 with a VME. And I remember we literally I actually got to help distract the maxilla. They went in there with their little saws and they cut it. And then they let me glove up and I got to pull the maxilla and distract it away from the face. Literally yank the maxilla off the skull. It was so cool. And then they filed down the back, with the bone. They just drilled it down and they put it back up. They basically canted and removed the excess bone so they wouldn't have VME, and then they did plates. So it was pretty brutal. But yeah, it was pretty cool what they did. That's how they fixed the VME. That's how VME is fixed. You are not going to get a big change with TADs. And all you GPs that are just running in there to throw TADs in there, that's not going to work. That's a waste of money. And the pain and discomfort from the TADs, just because I had a child that had one, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know when my kids are really in pain. I was like, shit, I'd rather go through freaking day surgery to get jaw surgery than go through that heck that may not even work very well. But anyways, so there's all the elements of a gummy smile. Don't rush to say it's a gummy smile. It's probably not. All right. Thanks so much.